Every celebrity has that one assistant, the silent shadow who's witnessed everything, the chaos behind the glam, the meltdowns, the wild demands, and the secrets that never saw the light of day, not even on TMZ. Well, for Justin Bieber, that assistant is finally speaking out. And the revelations? Absolutely explosive. According to this former team insider, Justin's off-camera behavior was just as wild, if not wilder, than his public controversies. Let's just say the guy who once threw punches at a paparazzo? Yeah, that was just the tip of the iceberg.
What'd you say? You're watching, man. What'd you say?
And yes, he allegedly attacked his own fan. So what exactly is this ex-assistant saying? And why does it suddenly feel like Justin Bieber might not bounce back from this one? Let's get into the assistant tea. If your FYP has been chaotic lately, blame Mateo Callas, the rumored longtime assistant who reportedly quit Team Bieber and sent Stan Twitter into absolute meltdown mode. According to Insider Buzz, Mateo didn't just walk away quietly. Nope. He allegedly left to pursue acting, but not before spilling explosive secrets about Justin's behind-the-scenes behavior. The timing? Way too perfect. His so-called exit lined up exactly with those viral videos of Justin looking disturbingly out of it, swaying, dazed, and downright unwell at public events. The internet collectively asked, "Is Bieber okay?" The same question, "Is Biebs okay?"
How you been, bro?
The vibes were giving major red flag energy, and fans were connecting dots faster than celebrity gossip accounts could post updates. But plot twist, the real tea about Callas's exit was literally nothing like what initially hit our feeds according to the receipts dropped by TMZ. Callas wasn't some ride or die who dramatically walked away in 2025. He was actually fired by Bieber way back in September 2020. We're talking nearly 5 years before all this quitting discourse blew up online and insider. Source straight up called the recent departure claims grossly untrue, clarifying that Callas had been Bieberless for half a decade. So why was the timeline so confusing? Apparently Callas's LinkedIn and Insta were still serving Justin Bieber's employee energy in 2025, despite getting the boot years earlier daily. Mail reported his socials still listed him as active on Team Bieber, which is why everyone and their mother thought he'd just left. The whole situation is giving major clout-chasing vibes. The Caldy's confusion isn't just random internet noise, it's part of a bigger Bieber rebrand that's been going down. Justin has been in his flop era, with certain relationships cutting ties with major figures, like manager Scooter Braun and business manager Lou Taylor, according to his rep statement. It's giving major new year, new me energy, except with million-dollar contracts and celebrity entourages. So, who's this Mateo character? Anyway, main character energy for sure. Born in Bogota, Colombia, with film school credentials from Northeastern and a 2013 Best Actor award under his belt. Before joining Bieber's team, he reportedly worked with legends like Eric Clapton and Janelle Monáe. Not exactly your average assistant picking up coffee. Orders and dry cleaning, his role was specifically estate manager, basically the boss of Bieber's mansion vibes, rather than a personal assistant handling Justin's day-to-day think, less fetch my Balenciaga slides, and more ensure the infinity pool. Is the perfect temperature. Callas's 2020 firing lines up with Justin's hard pivot to husband's spiritual era after his 2018 marriage to Hailey. According to multiple slay-worthy profiles, this period was peak character development for Bieber, distancing himself from the chaotic party boy era that had him trending for all the wrong reasons. The fact that we're only hearing about this firing now is classic celebrity damage control, keeping messy staff changes on the down low until they can't anymore. It's the same energy as when your fave suddenly parts ways with their longtime management to explore new opportunities. While Caldas has been giving radio silence about his Bieber employment era, probably thanks to those NDA celebs lovemaking. Everyone's sign the whole situation has the internet thirsting for answers about what Justin's really like behind those perfectly curated Instagram posts. What's the vibe check on current era Bieber in February 2025? His rep was serving major defense mode, claiming Justin is drug-free and living his best life, focused on being hubby to Hailey and dad, to baby Jack Blues. The rep called this Justin's transformative phase, which is PR. Speak for, please stop asking questions about the concerning behavior. Thanks, sources close to Hailey are allegedly not passing the vibe check either, with some reportedly spilling that she's really concerned and can't figure out how to handle his behavior. This tea suggests the picture-perfect family life might be, serving Photoshop realness rather than actual goals. And honestly, the cracks are starting to show from Hailey stepping out solo without her ring to Justin posting chaotic IG stories that feel more like cries for help than cute content. Something's clearly off. Even their joint appearances, which used to scream unbreakable unit, now give awkward silence and forced smiles. Fans have gone full detective mode, zooming in on every cold shoulder and dodged kiss, like it's an episode of CSI Celebrity. Divorce watch rumors of a looming split have been swirling harder than ever, especially after that Dumois blind item dropped, hinting that a young A-list couple known for their carefully curated image might be quietly exploring separation. Let's just say no one needed 3 guesses on who it could be. It's giving we're trying to make this work for the brand, but behind the scenes the energy feels more like a situationship on life support when questioned. Justin's team calls these rumors exhausting and pitiful classic celebrity damage control vocabulary. What's clear through all this callous confusion is that Bieber's world is more carefully curated than a beauty guru's Instagram feed. The 5-year gap between Callis getting fired and the internet clock app detectives discovering it proves Team Bieber has been successfully gatekeeping certain aspects of his life until the algorithm decided otherwise. The real question remains, is Justin in his flop era or his growth era? The official narrative is giving Phoenix rising from the ashes energy, but those cryptic posts and concerning public appearances are serving something else entirely. One thing's for certain, Justin appears to be doing a major friend cleanup Marie Kondo style, keeping only people who spark joy, or at least don't leak stories to Duma. Josh Goodwin, a producer in Justin's circle, claimed in 2021 that Bieber had done more work on himself than most people you've ever known, which could be facts or could be the kind of hyperbole people use when they're still on the payroll. It's giving my friend is really sorry and has changed energy after they did something problematic. But before we fully unpack current era, Bieber, let's rewind to see how we got here. The Justin journey didn't start with suspicious assistant departures and cryptic Insta stories. It began with a baby-faced Canadian teen whose behavior had Hollywood insiders spilling tea long before TikTok existed. The receipts from his early career might shock you. The problematic phase, Bieber's bratty behavior era.
What'd you say? You're watching, man. What'd you say?
Before Justin Bieber was posting Bible verses and cradling baby bottles, he was the ultimate poster child for child stars gone rogue. Let's rewind to the Bieber era that had Hollywood managers clutching their pearls and tabloids eating very well. The chaos kicked off as early as 2010, when a teenage Bieber landed a guest role on CSI. But instead of delivering Emmy-worthy lines, he served full diva tantrum energy. According to insiders, Justin reportedly locked a producer in a closet and punched a cake on the craft services table. Yes, really. Marg Helgenberger, one of the show's stars, didn't hold back. In a now infamous interview, she casually dragged young Justin as kind of a brat to the crew and confirmed the cake-punching, closet-locking drama. Of course, in true 2010 fashion, Justin clapped back on Twitter, then still called Twitter, brushing off the accusations as lame rumors and giving full "you're just jealous" vibes. This wasn't a one-off moment. It was the blueprint for Bieber's early behavior: deflect, deny, and never apologize. Interestingly, Marg later tried to walk it back in 2015, saying Bieber was lovely to her personally, and that maybe it wasn't her place to spill the tea. But by then, the damage was done. The bratty Biebs narrative had already gone viral. And trust, the receipts only got messier from there.
Honestly, he was lovely to me. I think some of the crew had some issues with him, but you know they should talk about that, not me.
Did Marg Helgenberger really change her tune? Or was she low-key terrified of the Belieber army sliding into her mentions and nuking her DMs with death threats and crying emojis? The sudden backpedal was giving PR told me to chill energy, and honestly, the whole thing felt suspiciously sanitized. But besties, that chaotic CSI tantrum? That was just Justin's villain origin story. Once he hit legal age, and there was no Disney exec left to threaten calling his mom, Bieber went full mess mode, and things spiraled faster than his sports. Car down a Calabasas street. By 2012, the swoopy bangs were gone and replaced with mugshot energy. Justin had turned his luxury neighborhood into a drag strip, with actual grown men like NFL star Keyshawn Johnson furious about his Fast and Furious antics, in their quiet gated community. But Biebs wasn't just terrorizing the suburbs. That same year, he allegedly threw hands with a paparazzo in a mall parking lot while out with then-girlfriend Selena Gomez. Yes, mall parking lot brawl. The paparazzo pressed charges, but let's be real. It was Justin's world, and we were just side characters. Then came 2013, aka the year Bieber took his mess global. During a trip to Brazil, he was charged with vandalism after spray painting. Graffiti on a hotel wall. His masterpiece? A weed leaf in his name. But wait, it gets worse. While visiting the Anne Frank house, he had the audacity to write, "Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer." Girl what? And then came Spitgate. In Toronto, fans caught him on video allegedly spitting off a hotel balcony like a medieval prince. His team tried to claim it was all in good fun, but no one was laughing. Back in the US, a neighbor claimed Bieber straight up spit in his face during yet another heated altercation, and just when you thought the chaos had peaked, bam. 2014 hit us with Egggate. Yes, Justin reportedly egged a neighbor's house, causing over $20,000 in damages. Not a metaphor, literal eggs, literal felony charges. This wasn't just brat behavior, it was Bieber in full unhinged mode, and the world couldn't look away.
I see you! I see you!
That got him charged with misdemeanor vandalism. He pleaded no contest, paid a Yes, you read that right. Justin Bieber, pop prince turned neighborhood menace, was literally on probation for egging a house. Welcome to Gen Z crime history, where petty vandalism meets platinum record sales. He pleaded no contest to misdemeanor vandalism, paid a hefty fine, and was placed under probation. But that egg-slinging saga? Just the warm-up act. The real chaos hit on January 23, 2014, a date now etched into the pop culture hall of infamy. Justin was arrested in Miami Beach on charges of DUI, resisting arrest, and driving with an expired license. According to the police report, the then 19-year-old admitted to drinking, smoking weed, and popping prescription meds before drag racing down a residential street in a bright yellow Lamborghini. The mugshot? Iconic. Justin served a full smirk, giving unbothered millionaire with a criminal record energy. This wasn't just a fall from grace, it was a full-on cannonball into the chaotic pool of celebrity train wreck tropes. But it didn't stop there. Later that same month, Justin upped the ante with what might be one of the most unhinged private jet stories in pop culture history. The scene: a flight from Waterloo, Ontario to Teterboro, New Jersey. The vibe? Absolutely feral. According to a report obtained by NBC News, Justin and his entourage were so verbally abusive that a flight attendant straight up refused to ever work with them again. The disrespect was giving "I don't get paid enough for this" energy, and here's where it becomes next-level chaotic. The cabin was allegedly so hotboxed with weed smoke, the pilots had to wear oxygen masks. Yes, you heard that right. Oxygen. Masks. The report said the captain even had to beg the flight attendant to stay near the cockpit just to avoid the verbal abuse and secondhand smoke. If that's not peak main character syndrome, what is? But wait, Justin said, "Hold my blunt." Just days after the jet fiasco, he was arrested again, this time in Toronto for allegedly assaulting a limo driver during a wild night out with friends back in December. The claim? That Justin hit the driver in the back of the head. The case didn't go far, but the optics? Disastrous. At this point, Justin wasn't just spiraling, he was dragging the legal system along for the ride, one mugshot at a time, and then came the racism scandal that sent shockwaves through the internet. In mid-2014, 2 separate videos leaked showing a younger Bieber casually using the N-word and making offensive racial jokes. One clip featured him telling a vile joke with the slur, and another showed him reworking his own hit "One Less Lonely Girl" into a twisted parody that referenced the KKK. The fallout was instant and severe. Even Justin's most loyal fans were stunned. This wasn't just teenage ignorance, it was career-threatening controversy. The world had watched Justin go from teen heartthrob to global superstar to public enemy number one. And the worst part? It wasn't even over yet.
One less lonely one less lonely
When Justin Bieber's messy era hit critical mass, the internet practically combusted. Headlines were relentless, memes were flying, and publicists were scrambling like it was celebrity crisis mode, DEFCON 1. In an attempt to clean up the chaos, Justin issued a series of carefully crafted public apologies. He insisted he had grown up, was learning from his mistakes, and had left his reckless teenage self in the past. It was textbook celebrity damage control, a masterclass in PR spin. But even his most loyal fans were starting to raise eyebrows. The apologies felt less like accountability and more like a PR team frantically putting out dumpster fires with bottled water. And just as the smoke was starting to clear, another scandal reignited the flames. An Argentine judge issued an international arrest warrant for Bieber, tied to a 2013 incident in which he allegedly instructed his bodyguards to rough up a photographer at a nightclub. The warrant meant Bieber had to start avoiding entire countries, literally rerouting his world tour to dodge legal consequences. It was giving pop star on the run energy. By the end of 2014, Justin's rap sheet was rivaling his discography. Arrests, lawsuits, leaked videos, and press conferences that felt more like apology tours than actual reflection. He was no longer just a teen idol acting out. He was morphing into a full-blown case study on celebrity burnout. And somehow, despite the chaos, the headlines, and even a petition to deport him, yes, really, Justin managed to hang on. But the transformation from bratty teen to concerning adult wasn't exactly comforting. By 2016, Bieber's energy had shifted from rebellious to deeply troubled. A GQ profile pulled back the curtain on his inner circle, revealing a world filled with enablers and escapism. According to Bieber himself, his life became an endless cycle of doing drugs and being posted up. It got so dark that his security guards were reportedly checking his pulse at night to make sure he was still alive. That's not just burnout. That's rock bottom with a luxury view. Bieber later confessed that he was using drugs to numb deep emotional pain and unresolved trauma. Despite having everything that most fans dream about, fame, money, success, he said he felt empty and depressed. Things got so bad that in 2017, Justin made the shocking decision to cancel the final leg of his world tour, walking away from what he described as a massive amount of money. Fans were split. Some applauded him for prioritizing his mental health, calling him a self-care king. Others, who had shelled out hundreds for tickets, were left feeling abandoned and frustrated. So what was really going on behind the scenes during these so-called flop years? According to Josh Goodwin, one of Bieber's longtime producers, Justin was quietly doing deep internal work, more than most people ever do. In a 2021 interview, Goodwin insisted that Bieber was genuinely trying to grow and change, suggesting that the problematic king might have been working on himself behind the headlines. Other collaborators echoed the sentiment. Benny Steele, who worked on Boyfriend, and Bernard Harvey, the producer behind Peaches, described smooth, drama-free studio sessions, portraying Justin as professional and focused when it mattered most. But here's where it gets interesting, because while Bieber showed respect and control in sessions with producers and artists, his behavior with flight attendants, hotel, staff, and TV crews told a different story. Fans and critics alike started to notice a clear pattern. Justin was courteous and collected around peers with power, but entitled and bratty when interacting with people behind the scenes. It was giving very much, be careful who you're rude to on the way up energy. The problematic Bieber era wasn't just about random tantrums. It was a textbook example of child star syndrome in real time. One insider put it bluntly. He went from being a regular kid to a global superstar overnight. The real shock isn't that he struggled. It's that he survived it at all. Most child stars eventually fade into "Where Are They Now?" segments on entertainment shows. But Bieber did something rare. He pivoted. By 2018, the Bieber cinematic universe was about to drop a major plot twist. After years of toxic, on-again, off-again drama with Selena Gomez that had fans creating hashtags and choosing sides like it was a social media civil war, Justin shocked the world by speedrunning a new relationship with model Hailey Baldwin. From dating to engagement to marriage in a matter of months, the whole thing felt like either a fairy tale romance or a well-timed PR stunt, depending on who you asked. And then came the final boss of his redemption arc, fatherhood. In August 2024, Justin and Hailey welcomed their first child, Jack Blues Bieber, officially launching what fans dubbed the dad era. For many, this was the ultimate transformation. Justin had seemingly gone from problematic fave to wholesome family man. But the real question lingered. Was it growth or just great branding? According to Bieber's PR team, by early 2025, Justin was thriving, embracing fatherhood, focusing on family, and living a calmer, more grounded life. Public statements claimed he was in the best place of his life, playing the role of supportive husband and dedicated girl dad. But the vibes? Not exactly matching the press releases. Footage surfaced from a 2025 Rhodes skincare event showing Justin swaying awkwardly, eyes glazed, seemingly disconnected while Hailey worked the room. The video exploded online, with fans flooding the comments expressing concern. The energy was less proud husband and more, is he okay? The backlash was swift, and so was the PR response. Bieber's team denied substance abuse allegations and insisted he was clean. But to many, it sounded like classic damage control. Nothing to see here, move along. Meanwhile, Justin's own social media wasn't helping the narrative. While his team was pumping out, "He's doing great" headlines, Justin was on Instagram posting videos of himself smoking from a bong, complete with cryptic captions like, "We have nothing to prove today." It didn't exactly scream growth, it screamed aesthetic healing with a side of relapse. So here we are. Justin Bieber, former tabloid villain, reformed bad boy, Instagram husband, and now a father. But beneath the filters and family portraits, the question remains, did Justin actually change, or did he just rebrand with better lighting and a baby on his hip? Justin Bieber's recent behavior is sending major mixed signals, and fans are eating it up, or more accurately, picking it apart frame by frame. He's flexing online like he doesn't owe anyone an explanation, posting unbothered selfies, and cryptic bong sessions, all while maintaining the devoted dad aesthetic. It's giving "don't ask me anything" energy, the kind that practically begs for TikTok body language experts to drop a 15-part series analyzing his every blink and sway. And just when it seemed like his redemption arc was settling into place, sources close to Hailey Bieber threw a wrench into the narrative. Word on the street? Hailey's really concerned, reportedly unsure how to manage Justin's unpredictable behavior behind the scenes. Not exactly the couple goals aesthetic they've been curating online. And of course, Justin's team wasted no time shutting the chatter down, calling the rumors exhausting and pitiful. But let's be real, that kind of defensive energy only fans the flames. If you've got nothing to hide, why the full-blown PR meltdown? To figure out whether Justin's transformation is the real deal or just a strategic rebrand, we need to rewind to his 2021 GQ confession era, the one that had the entire internet saying, "Wait, what?" In that now viral profile, Justin got brutally honest. He admitted he hit rock bottom around 2016, caught in a cycle of self-medicating, surrounded by enablers, and numbing his pain with substances. He described being so mentally and physically unwell that his security team would check his pulse at night to make sure he was still alive. Yes, pulse check levels of despair. It wasn't just fame fatigue. It was full-scale intervention territory. He explained that the drugs weren't for fun. They were a bandage over deep, unresolved trauma. Depression had set in, even while he was living what should have been the dream: fame, fans, fortune. But none of it could fill the void. That low point led to one of his most shocking decisions: the cancellation of the Purpose World Tour in 2017. Walking away from millions of dollars to protect his mental health? That move alone made even the most skeptical fans pause. Was this really someone choosing peace over profit? His 2018 whirlwind marriage to Hailey was framed as the next phase in his evolution, the healing era. He rebranded himself as a faith-forward husband, ditched the reckless vibes, and leaned into a softer aesthetic. People around him, like longtime producer Josh Goodwin, swore that Justin had done more inner work than anyone you've ever known. It sounded like a rebirth, and when baby Jack Blues Bieber arrived in August 2024, it felt like the final chapter of his redemption story had been written. From troubled teen to thoughtful father, it was picture perfect. But behind the curated family content, something wasn't adding up. Because shortly after Jack's birth, fans started noticing odd behavior. At a public event for Hailey's Road brand, Justin looked completely zoned out, swaying awkwardly, disconnected from the moment. Social media spiraled into concern. Was he okay? Was something deeper going on? His team scrambled to do damage control, denying drug use and calling him just tired. But almost simultaneously, Justin himself posted a video of him ripping a bong, casually captioned, "We have nothing to prove today." It felt less like peace and more like defiance, and fans weren't sure which version of Justin they were seeing. It's a classic case of conflicting narratives. His PR team is busy polishing a redemption story, while Justin himself is out here posting chaotic, emotionally murky content. So is he healing, or just hiding behind a better brand? Because real growth, it's messy, it's non-linear. It doesn't fit into a TikTok before and after, with a trending Lana Del Rey sound. Justin's journey is starting to look less like a clean glow-up and more like a complex work in progress, full of contradictions, setbacks, and self-discovery. Even now in 2025, his so-called friend purge era adds more layers. Reports confirm that Justin has been cutting ties with longtime collaborators, including Scooter Braun, the man who helped build his empire. While some fans call this setting boundaries, others are wondering if it's actually isolation behavior in disguise. Is he freeing himself from toxic influences or burning bridges because he's spiraling again? Take the Mateo Chalis situation, his ex-assistant who quietly disappeared from his circle years ago. That firing flew under the radar until TMZ exposed it 5 years later. The fact that such a major personnel change was kept under wraps for that long? Proof that Justin's inner circle operates more like a shadowy PR firm than a typical celebrity crew. The image is tightly controlled, and that alone should raise eyebrows. Yet there are constants in his story. Industry collaborators, like Bernard Harvey, who produced Peaches, still describe Justin as focused, talented, and deeply present in the studio. Multiple producers have said that creative sessions with him are smooth and drama-free, which suggests the studio might be Justin's safe space, the only arena where the chaos quiets down and the real artist shows up. This kind of Jekyll and Hyde duality isn't unusual for stars who grew up under a microscope. They learn to split themselves into versions: the performer, the partner, the product, the private wreck. And when we analyze 2025 Bieber, what we're left with is a web of contradictions. He's serving dad content one moment, rebellious stoner vibes the next. He's inspiring his collaborators but worrying his fans, and the internet is watching every move with hawk-like precision. It's not that his growth isn't real, it's that it might not be as linear or polished as his team wants us to believe. Ironically, the most authentic thing he's ever said may have come in that same 2021 GQ interview, when he admitted, "I still have trauma and scars, but I'm just healing at this point." That line hit different, raw, real, and refreshingly unfiltered. No branding, no baby photos, no clean-cut narrative. Just a human being, trying to figure it out in real time, and right when the dust seemed to be settling, boom, enter Selena Gomez. In early 2025, reports dropped that Justin felt some type of way when he found out Selena was officially engaged to Benny Blanco. According to insiders, he felt an emotional sting. Not because he wasn't happy for her, but because it finally closed a complicated chapter in his life that he may have never fully let go of. But just when you think that's where the story ends, the Hailey versus Selena drama does what it always does: spins the block. Suddenly, eagle-eyed fans noticed that Hailey had allegedly liked a shady post about Selena's engagement, and the internet did what it does best. Theories exploded, timelines were dissected, TikTok sleuths got to work, and just like that, the saga reignited, hotter than ever. So if you thought the redemption arc was complete, think again. The story of Justin Bieber isn't wrapped in a bow. It's a tangled narrative still being written in real time. To dive deeper into the next layer of the drama, click one of the boxes on your screen now.